Okay, so this is a different problem than just a regular find the midpoint problem. Here you're given the endpoints. You're given endpoint t, which is 7, comma 1, and sorry, not endpoints. You're given an endpoint, right? T 7, comma 1, and you're also given the midpoint, which is m, which is 12, comma 3. So we know the middle point. We don't have to figure that out. What we need to do is find the endpoint. So what should we put as endpoint values? Like what should we use to represent these values over here at the end? Well, it's got to be something comma something. So it says TU has a midpoint at M. Check. I put that kind of in the middle, right? And there's TU. So and our goal is to find the coordinates of U. So how do we represent coordinates? A better way, let's say, like right here, like let's say this is 3, comma 5. That's a coordinate, right? Well, what does that 3 represent? Next value, what does the 5 represent? Y. So what should we put here and here? Or just x and y? You said x1 and y1, and that would be right. And this would be your x2 and y2, but since they have numbers on them, we don't have to do that. We can just leave them as x and y. So, all right, so we have that. And how do we find the midpoint again? What's that formula for the midpoint? Midpoint is the average what? So average of x, comma, average y. All right, so midpoint is average x, comma, average y. Okay, and then how would you find the average x? Now you use your x1s and x2s. X1 plus x2, divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2, O2, okay? Midpoint. Cool. And in this problem, we this is your, you could think of this as your x2 and your y2, right? And this result, this answer right here, that would give you that, right? And that right here, I definitely don't want to use that color, would give you that. And if I do this all over again, get rid of that color and maybe like a purple and that. Wait, hold on. And that. Oh my. Hold on. We give you. No. This is all going to get edited out. Okay, so 3. What's that midpoint? 12. There. All right, and that's going to be the purple one, right? That's the purple. And the other one's going to be the orange one. There. That's not orange. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks great. Okay. Okay. Got it? All right. So, great. So all you got to do is like set up some equations. and you can figure this out. So let me just go ahead and minimize all this stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the x one. So I'll say, well, what is that midpoint x? What is the actual value of the midpoint? The actual x value of the midpoint? 12. All right, so 12, how do we get that? Just put your midpoint formula in here. Let's just do it with the formula itself. So x1 plus x2 over what? 2. All right, so then 12 equals, well, we don't know our x1. That's what we're trying to figure out, right? Plus, what's our x2? Yep, 7 over 2. Okay. Now, how do we get the, and we don't really need to even have this 1 here. Let's just get rid of it. How do we get the 7, how do we get the x by itself? Mm-mm. So you have to get 7 by itself. So the way you do it is you would, I'm sorry, not the 7, the x by itself. You gotta get x by itself. The way you do that is say, well, first of all, x is already on top, right? So we definitely don't want to like divide by x because it's already in a good position. So what you want to do is you want to multiply both sides by 2 because you want to get rid of this number that's right here. Okay, you don't have to do 2 over 1 over here because it's up against a whole number. And then here, so 2 over 1. And these guys white right here. You with me? Okay, and what do you get on the left? Okay, so you get right here, you get 24 equals what? X plus 7. All right, and then what? All right, minus 7 minus 7. Okay, and then x equals what? 17. Cool. So what that means is, well, what does that mean in terms of like this picture up here, or this whole picture over here, I guess. Yep, x value of my endpoint is 17. Okay, so now what do we do? Yep, gotta find the y value of the endpoint, and how do we do that? Okay, so y value of midpoint, which is what? 3, okay. So 3, equals, okay, so your y, so basically you're doing y1 plus y2 over 2, right? So then, all right, so 3 equals your y1, which we could just write as y, plus what? 1, okay, from right there, right? Over what? 2, okay. How do we get y by itself? Multiply by 2 over 1, multiply by 2 over 1. All right, so wipe. Okay, what do you get on the left? 6 equals what? Y plus 1. Now what do we do? Subtract 1 from both sides. You're going to get y equals what? Y equals 5. Cool. So what is the coordinate of the endpoint? Or I guess, yeah. Yep, 17 comma 5. 17. Coordinate of the endpoint. I'll write over here too. 17 comma 5. All right, any questions on that?